So what I'm going to do today is a little abstraction, and I'm working on a piece of gator board that I put stapled a wet piece of paper and then I put the frog tape around it. I have a little spray bottle handy here, an old Target card, but I also found an American Express card that I had cut up like what Cheryl had mentioned. So I've got a card that has a square end and different size edges to it. So I've got those things. I have some acrylic black ink and some sepia. And I wanted to use my granulating medium too. Let me just get that. So I've got the granulating medium. And then I've got my granulating Schminke pigments too. So with that combination, let's hope I can get something that'll be better than it was on Monday. As far as pigments go, other pigments, I've got my quinacridone magenta. I still want to try a few of these pigments that I haven't used before. My cobalt turquoise, quinacridone gold, and lavender. And then I think I need a lighter color too. So maybe I'll stick in some azure yellow. And let's just see what we get. I'm working with a limited surface here, so hopefully I won't have a problem with that. Oh, I also might as well use some of this fine line masking fluid. So why don't I start with that? Because it'll take a little while for it to dry. I just don't want to do some lines with it and see what I get. Okay. And then also have a candle. Why don't I do a little bit of a candle on here too?
Is your masking fluid almost dry?
Yeah, I think it is. I didn't go on top of it. I was careful not to. All right. So I'm going to use this old American Express gift card that I never used, and I'll just put some paint on it. But then I'm going to run the other card over the top of it. So that's my plan anyway. Ooh, look at a big blob came out. Oh, that's really awful. It must have been under pressure. I'll have to deal with that later. And this is the quinacridone magenta. Quinacridone gold. And I'm just going to squirt some of that granulating pigment on instead of putting it on the card. Okay, so now I've got this ready. Let me set that aside. And I'm going to wet the paper like we saw the person who threw the tape. I'm going to leave a place in the middle that doesn't have any water. Oops, I've got pigment on here. I want to let it soak in a little bit too. Okay. So here goes. I'm going to put this card in here. I don't think I got quite as much on there as I wanted. Okay, now on this end, whoops, I think I'll start with this end. I better get my cookie sheet. I know it's hard to see because the camera is really close. Okay. And then there's a big blob of yellow right there. So let me take the card again. Now I'm going to take some of this other granulating pigment. If I can get it open. Oh, it seems like it dries pretty. It's hard to get it open. Here's some violet in the granulating. Just going to mix up kind of a puddle of it. And then I'll use my pipette. So this is a really dark kind of a violet. Oh, here's the pipette. It's not picking it up as well as I'd like it to. Now I'll drop a little bit of this ink on here. Sepia. Gray. And where's my granulating medium? Hmm. So putting a little of that in the pipette.
Sylvia, that's really fun.
Yeah. It's fun when you're doing it too. It's like, to just see what is going to end up happening. So now I'm tipping it the other way. I wanted to try some of those trees, but I guess I made it too wet. And then how about some salt?
It looks like you're on the lower left there, it looks like your brisket wasn't completely dry and it made it whiter, huh?
Oh,
Or
maybe. Yeah, maybe that's what happened.
un
That's dry. Now I want more blue up here, so let me see what I can do about that. About some of the violet or the lavender. Turquoise and lavender. Probably should have wet that a little bit more first. Want some of it to go down to this other corner too. Kind of all running together, which I don't know if that's good or bad. And now I want to do another kind of a strange thing. Let's see, where's my stick? So I'll take the black ink now. And with my stick, I'll try to draw some trees. And I like this brown sepia ink a lot too, so let me put some of it on. And I don't know if you can see the granulation. I can see it in certain areas. The granulating fluid works really well on the sepia ink. No, it might be too soon, but I thought I'd try scraping back just a little. See if I can get the look of some rocks or. It's too wet. Can't take the frisket off, so I'll have to show you that after the class. Well, it has sort of a landscapey feel. I think I need a few more darks up in here. Okay. I'd get my hair dryer, but since I have frisket on there, I better not. Oh, here's this big dry patch right here. Just break that spot a little bit. Okay, have you guys been working on something?
I'm making more Christmas cards.
Okay, good.